In this video, we're going to look at the graph of 2 cos theta and 3 cos 3 theta. So 2 cos theta, if you've looked at trigonometry 7 with the sine graphs, we can see here that the range is going to change. And the range is going to be from -2 up to +2 because of this 2 in here. With this graph, the range is going to be -3 to +3 because of this 3, and the period, we had a 2 in here the last time, so the period is 2 pi over c, and c is this number in here, so 2 pi over 3. So this is one full revolution for this cosine graph. So let's look at the first one. Should be easy enough to draw at this stage. We'll just draw them in the positive sense of the x-axis. So where does cosine start? Sine started at 0, and we know from our unit circle that cosine starts at 1. So let me just draw the cosine graph. You can see this is one full revolution. So put in your dotted lines and let's see how many even gaps we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me just change color and go to red. We know that the period for number 1 is 2 pi. So halfway along it's going to be pi. So each one of them is 90. So pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. So our range 2, just extend this a little bit down to -2. So that's a sketch of y is equal to 2 cos theta. Let's look at 3 cos 3 theta. Now, the beauty about these graphs is they never change shape. In the next video, we'll look at when they shift up or down. But for now, I'm just going to draw this graph and then we're going to fill our values in. So I'm just going to do one full revolution. We'll see where we get to. 3 minus 3. And we saw from above that the period is 2 pi over 3, which is equal to, in degree terms, just let's think about this in degree terms, it's equal to pi over 3 is 60, so this is 120 degrees. So one full revolution, 2 pi over 3, is 120 degrees. And sometimes thinking in degrees and writing in radians is a little bit easier than just writing and thinking in radians. Again, there's symmetry, so let's just put our points on. So what would each of these gaps be between here and here, between here and here, between here and here, and between here and here? So it's going to be 120 over 4, which is 30 degrees. And 30 degrees in terms of radians, 30 degrees equals 180 pi divided by 6. And similarly, if you divide 2 pi over 3 by 4, the 4 goes here. 2 and the 4 cancel to leave a 2 on the bottom and a 1 on top, which is pi over 6. So a couple of different ways to look at these. So this is pi over 6. That's one of them. This is 2 pi over 6. I'm just writing it like this, which is just pi over 3. This one is 3 pi over 6, which we can see is pi over 2. Pi over 3 is 60, 90. This one is 30, and this final one, 2 pi over 3, is 120. So this is the graph of y is equal to 3 cos 3 theta in the domain 0 less than or equal to theta, which is less than or equal to 2 pi over 3. So if you're asked for a bigger domain, you just extend the graph out. Again, I'd highly recommend you draw the graph first and you put the values onto the x-axis and the y-axis afterwards. So practice these two graphs of cos theta, cos 2 theta, and 3 cos 3 theta.